Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike. This time we're taking a look at the Jurassic World Dominion Roar Strikers Ankylosaurus by Mattel. Now, if you hadn't already, please follow, like, and subscribe to my social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get a notification of when I post new content. So tonight, I'm continuing my reviews of the Jurassic World Dominion toy line with the Ankylosaurus and the Roar Strikers assortment. This is a really fascinating dinosaur. I do like the way this dude looks. So if you're watching this review and you don't know anything about Ankylosaurus, the name means fused lizard. The Ankylosaurus is among one of the very few armored dinosaurs, as you can see from his body. Fossils of the Ankylosaurus have been found in geological formations dating back to the end of the Cretaceous period, 68 to 66 million years ago, in the northwest of North America. They are among the last of the non-avian dinosaurs known to man. They are the largest known example of the species Ankylosaurid. Based upon the skeletons found, the Ankylosaurus grew to 20 to 26 feet in length, and it's estimated that they weighed anywhere from 5.3 to 8.8 tons. They were, of course, quadrupedal. They had a broad, robust body, and they were built like a tank. They had wide, low skulls with two rear-facing horns. Unlike the other specimens in the Ankylosaurid family, the Ankylosaurus had side-facing nostrils. They were covered in armored plates across their body. And the most striking feature of these dinosaurs is the fact that they had an armored club on the end of their tail. The bones in their skull and other areas of their body were fused together, increasing the integrity of strength of their skeletal structure. And they had a unique chamber within their nasal cavity that may have allowed them to balance heat and water within their body, or perhaps for vocalization. On a personal level, I think that's probably what that chamber was for. It's more as a specific type of vocalization for this dinosaur, similar to how the Parasaurolophus has a cranial ridge that is a vocalization chamber. These dinosaurs are thought to have moved a little more slowly and rapidly increase speed over short distances for defense or attack, similar to how a rhinoceros would behave in different situations. And of course, these were herbivores. They were not carnivores. Of course, you can see that the packaging is the standard open display type box for these dinosaurs. I don't care for this type of packaging simply because there exists a possibility for people to play with the toy on the shelf and damage the packaging, as you see this one has incurred. So on the back of the packaging, you have your obligatory product shots of the Ankylosaurus. That is a really cool dude. And you can see he has the little DNA sequence card that pulls up out of his back, where you can scan it with the Jurassic World Facts app and learn facts about the Ankylosaurus. Or you can just watch my product reviews and learn all you need to know about dinosaurs. Okay, here we have the Ankylosaurus outside of the packaging. This is a really nice toy. I do like this. I like this dinosaur. It's just something about this that is just really fascinating to me, to have this representation of an animal that has not existed in almost 70 million years. I don't know about the rest of you who are collectors and fans of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World toys, but just consider for a moment, if this dinosaur were alive today and walking the earth, can you imagine being out in the forest in Oregon or Washington or even in Canada and hear trees breaking and crashing behind you, and this guy steps out in the midst? You know, it would just be really crazy to encounter one of these things for real. And I think for me, that is the attractive aspect of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Not so much that people are meddling in things that they shouldn't be, but the fact that they've brought back animals from extinction. So having a toy of this dinosaur for me is a way to connect with these animals that have been extinct for tens, if not hundreds of millions of years, and that I'll never have the opportunity to experience and see firsthand. I think that would be the most awesome thing, to really be able to see these animals up close, to see them in their natural habitat, to see them alive and walking on the earth. I just think it would be awesome. I really do. So taking a look at the Ankylosaurus, I want to talk about the attention to detail and the articulation. And I'll turn him around so you guys can see his head. And you can see how his skull is very low, very wide, triangular shaped, just as the skulls that have been recovered in digs are. And he has 4 horns that are rear facing, 2 on the top of his head and 2 on the bottom of his jawbone here. And you can see that his mouth is sort of beak shaped here. And as far as articulation, the head will move up and down. It'll rotate left and right. So, and swivel side to side. Good range of motion in that. You can see how he's a quadruped, how his forward limbs are rear facing and the rear limbs are forward facing. And he has 4 toes on each foot. And again, this is a herbivore, not a carnivore or omnivore. And you can see the armored plates that go straight across his back, and how they have the armored bone that extend off the top and off the side. And yes, if you press down on him, he can roar and growl and almost talk. Isn't that amazing? And you look at his head and see the attention to detail there in the bony structure of his head. Moving all the way around, you can look at his tail. And his tail, of course, is also armored, and then the club on the end of his tail. I would not want to get slapped by Ankylosaurus. I really would not. I can guarantee you that it would crush every bone in your body with one swipe. And on the bottom of the toy, there's the battery compartment, the speaker, of course, for the sound effects. And then on the bottom of the foot, you've got the Jurassic World logo. I think that's really cool that they do this instead of having it emblazoned on their thigh like the original Jurassic Park toys did. Also on the top of the dinosaur right here, pull this up, and there's the DNA scan code that you can scan with the Jurassic World Facts app. I haven't downloaded the app or used it yet. I plan to do that later on just to see what kind of information it provides, but I think it's really cool that they incorporate that into the dinosaur. And his legs, of course, you can move them forward and back, but there's no further articulation than that. His tail will move by hand if you do so, and it activates the sound effects, but it also is articulated when you press down on the dinosaur. Now let's talk about size for the Ankylosaurus. So if we measure him, and I realize his tail is curved at this point, but that's like 9¼ inches. So if his tail was straight, it'd probably be out to like 9½ inches in length. As far as height, he is 3 1/8 of an inch tall. And width of this dinosaur, he is right at 4 inches wide from the tips of each side of the armored bone on the side of his body. Now for size comparison, I want to bring out one of the Jurassic World action figures we have. Claire, if I can get her to stand up. There we go. And you can see how she scales with the Ankylosaurus. You know, you might want to do something where she's petting him because they've decided to adopt him and keep him as a pet. Who wouldn't want an Ankylosaurus as a pet in their backyard? Overall, I think this is a really nice collectible and toy. It really is. And like all of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World action figures, animals, vehicles, and play sets, these are going to exponentially increase in value as time goes by. If you hadn't already purchased the Ankylosaurus, I would highly recommend adding it to your collection. It is definitely worth the money. I would invest in 2 of them, one to collect, one to take out and display or play with. I purchased this one at an area Walmart for just under $20. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have the Jurassic World Roar Strikers Ankylosaurus by Mattel.